I've been practicing with my tuning forks. Anyway, good morning, guys. If you are sticking around with me for my reading, you're allowing me into your energy with love and light, and I appreciate you so much for that. All my readings are timeless, so if this resonates, it resonates. It doesn't matter when you receive this. All right. Just a second. All right. So we're starting off with the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Death card. Now, the Death card generally is the end of a cycle. It's not literal death. However, in this situation with the two cards together, it's also giving ego death. You know what I mean? Like, put yourself a little too high on a pedestal, thinking that we're a little better than everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, we're being humbled, I feel like, right? But this, like, you're very smart, you're very discerning, and I feel like you're like, yeah, I deserve that. You know what I mean? Like, when it came along, you're like 111, you're like, I was acting a little bit too much out of pocket. You know what I mean? But yeah, this discernment is going to bring you new opportunities, which also is giving you like a confidence rather than an ego. This is like a deserved confidence because you're standing in your power, you're communicating clearly, and you're showing your resilience when faced with obstacles. And that's very like, that's something to admire. I can speak words, 143. Yeah, we're going to have more financial abundance, happiness, not worrying about living paycheck to paycheck kind of thing anymore. Like, this hard work that you've put into yourself, I feel like, is on different levels. Not only are you working on yourself on the inside to be more humble and like more grounded, but also like I feel like you're working on something substantial, financial for the future, and that's also coming into fruition simultaneously, right? Because everything is interconnected. But this like humility and positive, I feel like even though you've been humbled, you've been doing it in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like, you've been doing it with grace, with a lot of humility, with a lot of like humor. It feels like you've been taking a good. You might be English or know somebody British, because taking the piss out of yourself, I don't speak like that. But my grandmother is British, so I mean, that's what it was giving. Like, either someone has said that to you, or you're British, or you know, like, you come from British descent, but you're literally like taking the piss out of it, right? Like, you're like, I thought I was the almighty, like I was God's gift to 303, whomever, whatever. But I feel like whatever humbled you also hurt you. You know what I mean? 313. So you had to heal from that. And while healing from whatever betrayal you received is what also humbled you and like brought you to this sense of self, 323. That's like a beautiful thing to see. Like, I feel like you're really truly learning who you are and appreciating who you are, which is, like I said, giving you this 333, this actual real confidence. Yeah, along with betrayal, you feel like, well, you have not only been betrayed, but like in the past, I feel like justice, like you didn't feel like justice was served. Like, not only were you betrayed, but nobody had to pay for their transgressions, right? Well, at least you didn't see it. But I feel like that is what held you back, is that you needing to see them be punished for whatever they did to you. And letting go of that is brought this ego death, which has brought this clarity, which has brought this resilience, which is bringing like this emotional maturity. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't harbor so much anger and hatred to whomever wronged you, because you know that you're letting it go for yourself. It's not for them. You're getting rid of that toxicity and like the poison that you're hanging on to because of them. Oh, you're awesome. That's all I gotta say. 444. Oh. You've beat the devil. I'm at a loss of words right now, because I mean, I feel like, yeah, a lot of the misconceptions that you had about yourself had to do with obsession or addiction or something like that, and maybe it was breaking that cycle has brought you the clarity that you need to move forward, but you've been through a lot and you are just on the upswing, and you should be so very proud of yourself. Like, I split the deck to the sun. The future just shows abundance, joy, happiness, fulfillment, but also like you spreading joy to other people, you teaching people your tricks and how you got to however you like, wherever you got to. I know I say this a lot, but we go through things so that we can teach other people how to get through them. 545. And you are no different. Like, your beaming sun is going to beam onto all these little sunflowers that need that nourishment. You know what I mean? Fucking awesome. Hang on. As I was grabbing my Angel Therapy Oracle deck, I was thinking, like, for you specifically, I feel like a lesson for you to teach others is how you didn't let the darkness consume you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in your life, you've had many junctures where things have happened to you where you could have become bitter, cold, jaded, mean, and hurt others the way that you've been hurt. But you decided to go a different route. And even though you may have hurt yourself in the past, whether it be with like addiction, obsession, whatever that devil card represented for you, you learned from it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't let it destroy you completely. And instead of holding on to that hatred, 636, anger, or whatever led you down that path, you let it go. You know what I mean? And that is something to behold. That type of self-awareness and learning oneself to let go, like that shadow work in general, is very commendable. Don't take that lightly. 656. Okay. Archangel Raphael, the healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Fucking awesome. And the last card is past life issue. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. So in this, like, it's not necessarily asking you. If you are able to, you can do meditation, try to access your Akashic records, go into like past life situations. However, a good question would be like, what lesson did I learn in this life? And like I feel like whatever you healed in this life is something that you may have struggled with in a past life. 747. So it doesn't mean that you have to remember it, but just know that, like I said in a previous video, things that you do have ripple effects, regardless if you see them in different realms, different past lives, different soul contracts. Everything you do with love, light, and a positive attitude, intention, everything, 808, has a ripple effect. So it feels like by you healing this, by you healing and being resilient and getting through this, you healed something that you weren't able to in a past life. It's giving. Anyway, I'm proud of you. I love you so much.